Good morning and welcome to the Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's only local morning show, giving you exclusive access into people, businesses, and events in our community. We're bringing you the show live daily weekdays at 9:30 a.m. with your host, me, Maddie Muschin. Before we dive into today's show, every week we highlight someone, an educator, student, business, or organization from our Greater West Bloomfield community going above and beyond. If you would like to submit an entry for someone, you can scan the QR code on the screen, fill out the Google form with the person's name, their contact information, and reasons why you think they should be recognized for our Person of the Week. Now let's go check out what's going on in our Greater West Bloomfield community. The first event we want to look at is the Greater West Bloomfield Historical Society Open House, which is happening this next Sunday on March 13th from 1 to 4 p.m. at the Orchard Lake Museum. Here you can see exhibits and videos about the F4 tornado that damaged dozens of West Bloomfield homes and businesses on March 20th, 1976. During this open house, you can learn about the important historical event in our community history and enjoy the newly reopened Orchard Lake Museum with new exhibits. This event is free and you can contact the Historical Society or visit the website at gwbhs.org for more information. Our next event are a couple of ongoing events at the Connect Center in Orchard Mall in West Bloomfield. They have a ton of great events and activities for seniors in our community. Some of those events coming up are their counterfeit detection talk with Jennifer Day, who is a counterfeit technician with the U.S. Secret Service Detroit Field Office. At this event, you will learn about counterfeit detection. After the program, you are invited to prepay for a box lunch at the Connect from noon until 1 p.m. Pre-registration is required for this event. On March 10th, they will be hosting their basic life support for healthcare workers. This is a blended learning course for both an online learning portion and private hands-on session with the American Heart Association instructor. After registration, a link to the online portion will be sent to the participant. The online self-directed component includes simulations, animations, and interactive activities which must be completed before the skills session that you plan to attend. All participants who pass the written exam and skills test will receive a current BLS provider card. The last event we want to look at is the Sylvan Lake Game Nights. This event is perfect if you're looking for something fun to do with friends. Whether you go alone or with friends, the Sylvan Lake Game Nights are a great way to socialize safely with your neighbors and friends. Sylvan Lake Game Nights take place every Wednesday when there is not a Sylvan Lake board meeting in the community center. Game night will start at 5:30 p.m. and will go to about 9 p.m. at the community center. This event is open to all Sylvan Lake residents, and you're welcome to bring any games that you wish to play. They will also have mahjong and euchre, but you're welcome to bring any board games or card games that you wish to play, and you can also bring any family and friends that you wish. If you have an event you would like us to feature here on the Splash Live, you can send us a message on our social media pages at Civic Center TV and Facebook at Civic Center TV 15. Coming up, we'll be talking with Laura Poxon. She's the Early Childhood Programs Developer for the West Bloomfield School District. But before that, although Black History Month has ended, there are still many ways that you can support your Black-owned businesses in our community. We talked with a few members of the West Bloomfield Diversity Task Force who are bringing Black business professionals about how important it is to continue to support minority-owned businesses in the Greater West Bloomfield community. Let's go check it out now. Although Black History Month has concluded as we enter March, the West Bloomfield Diversity Task Force provided a great opportunity for Black and minority-owned businesses to present their products at the Black Expo. This event allowed business owners to network with others that will continue to help them throughout the year. We talked with some of the members of the West Bloomfield Diversity Task Force about why this is so important to these business owners.
It personally touches my heart to be able to have a lot of representation of our community and share the area with so many different talented, so many different individuals that work so hard. So it's nice to have a lot of collective minds in one room, and it's nice to just be a nice piece of the puzzle. It's a great event for the community.
And we wanted to figure out a way to really showcase the diverse businesses, entrepreneurs, and the resources that we had in the area. So we thought an expo would be a perfect way to do it. We started off thinking, all right, if we could get 7 to 10 vendors, we'll be doing great. And now we have over 30 vendors at this event today. And it's really important for this community to recognize that all of us come together in West Bloomfield to make it the wonderful place that it is to live. And it's good to understand that businesses can exist in different forms. You can have large companies, smaller companies, and owned by diverse people. And that's what we're really excited about this event, and really be able to showcase and highlight what we have here.
So it's, again, very exciting to, it really means so much that we have an opportunity to really showcase our talents inside the city of West Bloomfield. The diversity has really increased with our city in the last decade, so it's super nice to bring it all together in a community and just share so much talent and so much ability that we have, and make it noticeable to not only the city of West Bloomfield, but the surrounding areas around it, and showcase that we have so much talent, so much ability, and be able to have it inside of Black History Month. It just wraps it all together. So it's great to have a collaboration of great, intelligent minds inside of Orchard Mall, representing the city of West Bloomfield.
We also talked to Ralph Tompkins, owner of Swag Kids Gym, about what it means to him to be able to showcase and promote his business to the community.
As a minority owner, it's super exciting to me to have people come to our gym from different backgrounds and respect what we do while having respect for others and sharing a space and becoming passionate about exercise. Something that I'm super proud of, and it's great to be a part of this expo right here. So super excited. Thank you so much.
If you're curious about how you can support Black and minority-owned businesses in our community, you can reach out to the West Bloomfield Diversity Task Force for more information. Reporting for the Splash Live, I'm Maddie Mustian.
A huge thank you to West Bloomfield Parks and the West Bloomfield Diversity Task Force for putting on such a great event that allowed Black and minority-owned businesses in West Bloomfield to highlight their products and services. Later on, we'll be taking a look at a resident in West Bloomfield who is impacting the lives of students and families who deal with neurodiversity and social challenges. But before that, we'll be talking with Laura Poxon, who is the West Bloomfield School District Coordinator of Early Childhood and School-Age Childcare. All that and more after this short break.
We'll be right back with the Splash Live.
In the face of COVID-19, staying healthy is important. And now the same is true as we face the flu. Influenza has the potential to infect millions, putting lives and the healthcare system at risk. Fortunately, it's easy to protect yourself. The flu vaccine is safe and effective, and with COVID-19 still spreading, it's essential. To see how you can hit this virus head-on, visit michigan.gov/flu.
Can I ask you a question? Why do you want to get the COVID-19 vaccine?
I don't like getting sick. The virus will die. It will be easy to not catch it. Keep my family safe and keep playing soccer. Because I love being vaccinated.
What's your hope for everyone?
I hope everybody gets the vaccine. To keep safe and strong. Be like happy, having fun everywhere. Everyone stay safe and hope you get the vaccine.
And now, back to the Splash Live.
Welcome back to the Splash Live. I'm Maddie Mustian. Joining us now is the West Bloomfield School District Coordinator of Early Childhood and School-Age Childcare, Laura Poxon. Lauren, thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Laura, could we first start off with getting some insight into your role with the West Bloomfield School District?
Yeah, so I am the coordinator of our early childhood programs and our before and after school age programs with our West Bloomfield School District. So our preschool program is for all 3-year-olds and 4-year-olds program. So that early childhood component.
And Laura, I know that you guys have just recently opened up your preschool registration for the 2022-2023 school year. Could you talk about that and how important it is to have that preschool registration open now?
Yes, so preschool registration has opened to the public, and we're currently enrolling, and we always ask families to enroll sooner than later. Spots do fill up. Our classrooms are currently full this year, so we do recommend families to register earlier. And it's open to all families, not just West Bloomfield families, so anyone in Oakland County, Macomb County, the preschool is open enrollment to all families.
Laura, can you tell us a little bit about what people can expect in these preschool classrooms and why they should send their child to a preschool here in the West Bloomfield School District?
Yeah, well, we feel that early childhood is such an important part that, birth to 5 years, the research shows those are very crucial years, and that preschool portion really builds the foundation for lifelong learning. So we always say when you build your house, you want your foundation to be strong, right? Because if you don't build that strong foundation, then everything else can go. So we always encourage, and we love the idea of building that strong school foundation in preschool. We follow the high scope curriculum, which is very open-ended and research-based, where it teaches to the child. So all of our preschoolers, when they come in, they all have their own unique personalities, and they've all had their own unique experiences. So it's exciting to see where they are, and then challenging to where they want to go next, and communicating with families on those goals. And hey, here's where we see your child, and together working towards that goal.
Laura, can you tell us a little bit about some of the preschool options that you guys have in the West Bloomfield School District, and some of those options that people and parents and guardians can enroll their child into?
Yep. So we have a variety of programs to meet all of our families' needs in our community. So there is the GSRP program, which is the state-funded preschool where you have to qualify by income. That is for 4-year-olds. Then we also have our full day 3-year-old and full day 4-year-old program that offers both before care and after care. Students can come 3 days, 4 days, or 5 days a week for that program. And then we also have a traditional preschool program, which is a half-day program. 3-year-olds can come Tuesdays and Thursdays, and 4-year-olds can be here Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
Laura,
so a variety of programs.
Could you tell us a little bit about, with the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, how that has been impacting your preschoolers now, and what you guys are looking forward to with COVID-19 protocols in preschool for the 2022-2023 school year?
Yeah, it's been a journey, hasn't it? So COVID has definitely been a journey for us, but I think throughout the whole pandemic, it's keeping that open communication with our parents and how they're feeling. Our preschoolers, they're going to go with it. They're going to come in here, and we want them to have that positive experience, whether they have to wear a mask or they're not wearing a mask. So it's just been a continuous communication with our parents and with our preschoolers about what's going on and how we want to keep each other safe. But we're looking forward to just coming back in normal. Now, with that mask mandate lifted, some of our students are still wearing a mask, some are not. And it is another part of that. We are who we are, and we accept all for who you are, and some are going to wear them and some are not. But it's been great to see their smiling faces throughout the day, which is good.
Laura, could you tell the parents and guardians that may be looking to register their child into the preschool programs what the registration process looks like and how they can go about registering for that?
Yep. So we have an online registration system through Elio. So parents can go to a website that is located on our West Bloomfield School District webpage, where they can find the website where they can click on there and they can register for whatever program they're looking for. But they can also call, because I think part of preschool, it's your first school experience, and some parents are first-time parents and they've never had this experience before. So we really like to keep that communication open, where you can contact Colette Ghost and Course, and you can call her, ask questions. If you feel like you need a little bit more and that just signing up online isn't quite the route you want to go, you're more than welcome to give me a call, and we can set up a tour where you can come in and you can meet the teachers, you can see the classroom, kind of get a feel on what to expect in the fall, and register from there. So a few options: calling Colette Ghost and Course, going to our website, and doing an online registration or coming in first and having that tour and registering right here in our office in person.
Laura, as we wrap up, is there anything else you wanted to share either about preschool registration or anything else going on in your sector of the West Bloomfield School District?
We're excited to see all of our new families. So we welcome all, and we enjoy the idea of getting to know our families and meeting you guys first as you start your journey with West Bloomfield School District. So we're looking forward to a new school year next year.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking time out of your Monday morning and joining us, Laura.
All right. Thank you very much.
Once again, I was joined by Laura Poxon. She is the West Bloomfield School District Coordinator of Early Childhood and School-Age Childcare, talking to us about their upcoming preschool registration for the next school year. The West Bloomfield resident is working to change the lives of teens and families through her work as a special education teacher at Berkeley High School. Megan Brockman has worked to create an inclusive and supportive environment inside and outside the classroom through her new project. We got to talk with Megan about her work and how it impacts others. Splash reporter Calvin Brown has the story.
Making friends, meeting acquaintances, and planning dates can be a towering task for some. And while many choose to learn through practice, some have trouble putting practice into reality. At a young age, Megan Brockman saw just how difficult it was for some students to learn how to keep relationships.
I'm a daughter of a special education teacher who taught in the West Bloomfield School District, and I was around a lot of kids who learned differently. And then when I became a high school student, we had a program at West Bloomfield High School, the LINK program, and basically what it was as one of your classes, you were a peer support to a student with a disability. And specifically, I was paired with somebody who had autism. The first day that I had that class, I left that class and said, wow, I think I know what I want to do when I grow up.
Developing friendly or romantic relationships can be difficult, especially when the vocabulary and flexibility of learning are absent for most, especially the neurodivergent and disabled. Megan spearheaded the My Relationship project to address these issues beyond school.
What we do is we offer classes and coaching and supports for neurodiverse individuals, their families, and their community. We provide information, support, and resources to not only neurodiverse individuals whose brains work a little differently than what you would call normal, but also neurotypical people whose brains work normally, if you will, to help them navigate romantic relationships, relationships at work or at school, and even relationships in their community like doctors or service providers, and to help them navigate their autonomy and independence.
If you or someone you know is struggling with building and understanding relationships, Megan urges you to make the connection and check out the My Relationships Project website.
www.myrelationshipsproject.com to look at our services and things we can provide. We are here for our community members and anyone who, needs to ask questions, our phone number's on there, they can give us a call. And we appreciate, just whoever is seeing this to share our information if they know someone, maybe with a son or a daughter who kind of fits this category, or they're a parent of somebody on the spectrum or with a developmental disability that needs support, call us. We're here for you. And you can find our contact information from our website.
Thank you to Megan Brockman and My Relationship Project for sitting down and talking with us over Zoom. Reporting for the Splash Live, I'm Calvin Brown.
Thank you to Megan Brockman for all the work that she does with teens and families struggling with neurodiversity and socialization. For more information, you can visit her website at myrelationshipsproject.com. Joining us now is a person who has joined us before, but we had a little bit of technical difficulties with the Zoom, so we brought him back. It is the owner of True Martial Arts here in West Bloomfield, Matthew Sikora. Matthew, thank you so much for joining us again.
Good morning, Maddie. Thanks for having me back. Appreciate it.
So Matthew, let's first talk a little bit about True Martial Arts and the inspiration behind starting the studio.
Yeah, so True Martial Arts is a martial arts school. We're located on inside the Orchard Mall, off of Orchard Lake Road and Maple Road in West Bloomfield. And we offer classes for all age groups, starting for children as young as 4 years old all the way up through adults, with a wide variety of different disciplines of martial arts. The inspiration behind the start of my school was kind of mixing my two passions together. Of course, I have a passion for martial arts. I also really have a passion for watching people go through these big breakthroughs and personal achievements that they make through the martial arts, as well as in business. So it's been a great venture for me.
Matthew, could you talk a little bit about some of the classes and programs that you guys offer at True Martial Arts?
Sure. Yeah. So like I mentioned before, we start as young as 4 years old. Our initial program, we call it like a pre-karate program. It's called our Grasshoppers program. And that's for ages 4 through 7. And this is a really great program if you have young children in that age group and you want them to learn things like self-confidence, discipline, focus, all of the things that we want our children to know, and we want to instill in them as parents. And certainly we want them to have those skills in school. So not only are they going to learn to defend themselves and be confident, but they're going to learn how to focus and how to listen. And those are, specific skills that we work on in the classroom. We also have our kids karate program, ages 7 through about 12 or 13. So that's more focused on the self-defense aspects, confidence building, certainly a lot of the character development things that I had mentioned before with our Grasshoppers as well. We have Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu programs, which if you're unfamiliar with that, that's a Brazilian martial art that focuses on grappling, so self-defense from the ground. We have adults programs in karate, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, kickboxing, Krav Maga. Krav Maga is an Israeli martial art that's traditionally taught to military and police, and now, more recently, civilians. So we've really got something to offer for everybody, depending on what you're looking to get out of training in martial arts.
Matthew, for someone who is not too familiar with martial arts but is looking to do something different, could you tell our viewers a little bit about martial arts, the background behind it, and then some of those skills, both physical and mental, that they will get out of practicing martial arts?
Yeah, sure. So martial arts have been developed all over the world, and every one is a little bit different. And that's why we try to offer several different disciplines at our school. Karate is your basic, like striking, punching, kicking, blocking, striking, self-defense. Like I mentioned before, we have a grappling program, which is, like submission style wrestling. We have Krav Maga that focuses on, not only empty-handed self-defense tactics, but with guns, sticks, knives, that sort of thing. So the background of the martial arts goes back, since the beginning of time in terms of people learning to defend themselves. And more recently, what we've realized through the process of teaching people martial arts, like I mentioned before, there's these individual breakthroughs. There's the byproducts of the training, which is an increased level of discipline, an increased level of people really learning to set goals and accomplish those goals. And, depending on the person and why they're enrolling for a martial arts program, everybody's really kind of looking to get something different out of it. So it might be your child that you're looking to see, be able to stand up to a bully at school. You might be an adult looking to, get yourself in shape and lose weight and take on a more active and healthy lifestyle. So the martial arts really has something to offer everybody, depending on what you're looking to get out of the program.
Matthew, could you also talk a little bit about the kids that come in to the martial arts studio? How do you guys make sure that you're breaking the stigma of aggression and violence and teaching these kids important, life skills through the programs in martial arts?
So addressing the stigma for violence first, of course, that's the first thing that you learn when you come into the classroom, is that this is for the purpose of self-defense. And we take a lot of time and invest a lot of time about talking, especially to the kids, about what self-defense is and what self-defense isn't. Bullying has become a real epidemic in schools. So we talk to them a lot about bullying. In fact, we have a lot of parents who bring their children to us because they've gone through some sort of situation like that in their school. And we really try to teach them, of course, that self-defense is the last, defending themselves is their last resort. And then to circle back to your question, we really try to instill those character skills through the students through a process of goal setting. Like you might be familiar with, a lot of people are familiar with martial arts and how people started as a white belt and kind of work their way up through the belt ranking system to become black belts eventually. And that's just symbolism for goal setting and accomplishment, right? So everybody starts as a white belt, they set a goal for their next belt, which in our program would be yellow, they achieve that, they set their next goal, they achieve that, they set their next goal, they achieve that. So there's a real sense of confidence that's built through those accomplishments. But it also teaches them to think that way. It teaches them about, setting a goal, achieving it, setting the next goal, achieving it, and through, the process of training over many years, that just becomes part of how they think as a person. And we see that those habits bleed into other areas of their life, in school and work and their relationships and at home.
Matthew, as we wrap up, can you tell our viewers how one can get involved with true martial arts, whether they are a student that is looking to get involved or a parent that would like to sign their children up?
Yes, absolutely. So I would encourage you to visit us on the internet, visit our website, www.bloomfieldmartialarts.com. Right there, you can sign up for your first class, register, and make an appointment to come in. We're offering what we call a quick start trial program. It's a $50 membership that allows you unlimited classes for 2 weeks. You can come in, you can try as many classes as you'd like, try all the different disciplines, get to know the facility, the instructors in the program, make sure it's going to be a right fit for you. And that would really be the best way to get started if you're looking to get started in our program.
Well, Matthew, thank you so much for joining us again. It was a pleasure having you on.
Thank you so much, Maddie. Have a great day.
Thank you, you too. Once again, I was joined by Matthew Sikora. He's the owner of True Martial Arts here in West Bloomfield, talking about True Martial Arts and some of the programs and classes that you can get involved in there. That's going to do it for today's show. Thank you again to Laura Poxon and Matthew Sikora for joining us this morning. A special thanks to our Zoom producer, Jared Clark, for coordinating the Zoom and making sure all of our guests joined us. As always, a big thank you to Calvin Brown, our board operator, for making the show possible each and every morning. And thank you for joining me as we explored all of the people and events in our greater West Bloomfield community. As always, you can make sure to tune in live on Civic Center TV on Comcast Channel 15 and AT&T Channel 99, Monday through Friday from 9:30 to 10 to catch up on what's going on in our greater West Bloomfield community. You can also watch our show every morning on My Michigan TV. It's a new streaming service that covers all of the great people and events happening around Michigan. You can either head over to mymytv.com or you can download the free My Michigan TV app by searching for My Michigan TV in the App Store. Those apps work on your smartphone, your mobile device, and also your smart TV apps such as Apple TV, Roku, or the Amazon Fire Stick. You can also check out all of our archived stories and interviews by visiting civiccentertv.com, and you can follow us on our YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram pages at Civic Center TV and Facebook at Civic Center TV 15. All of our stories and our interviews will be there archived so you can watch and share them. Through that, we also post all of our archived and past stories there on our Facebook page at Civic Center TV 15. For all of our friends in Orchard Lake, Sylvan Lake, Keego Harbor, and West Bloomfield, I'm Maddie Muschin. Thank you for watching The Splash Live.